Went back and grabbed the old pair of Jordan 1s. It's the first shoe I wore in the Garden. So this is going to be the last shoe, you know, being that this was going to be the last time I play in the Garden.
This is the NBA on NBC. The game of the week. Today, it's the Chicago Bulls versus the New York Knicks.
The cold fact is, it's just one game in the NBA's 82-game regular season grind. But try telling that to the sellout crowd at Madison Square Garden, some of whom paid scalpers' prices approaching $2,000 for a single ticket to what could be Michael Jordan's final game at Madison Square Garden. November of 1984, it was just his 6th game in the NBA. And the rookie didn't disappoint the Garden crowd. The Bulls won by 15, and Michael had 33. The first of many outstanding performances in what he calls the Mecca of basketball, Madison Square Garden. NBA announcer at Madison Square Garden, Mike Walzeski.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena. Tonight's game features the Chicago Bulls and your New York Knicks. The head coach of the Bulls is Phil Jackson. Now for the Bulls starting lineup. At guard at 6'6", from Miami of Ohio, number 9, Ron Harper. At guard at 6'6", from North Carolina, number 23, Michael Jordan. At forward at 6'11", from Croatia, number 7, Toni Kukoc. At forward at 6'7", from Central Arkansas, number 33, Scottie Pippen. And at center at 6'8", from Southeast Oklahoma State, number 91, Dennis Rodman. Luke Longley, Randy Brown are injured and will not play. For your New York Knicks, the head coach is Jeff Van Gundy.
Now, Isaiah talked about it being a love affair with Michael here in the Garden, and Michael says that because of that love affair, he's going to do something special. And that special something is wearing his original Air Jordan shoes. And he said he also hopes to give him about 55. Bob?
All right, Ahmad, thanks. We told you about the Knick injuries, including, of course, Patrick Ewing out, and now Chris Dudley is back up at center, following him onto the injured list. That means Charles Oakley is at center tonight. But the Bulls have also made some moves. Luke Longley, with an injured knee, didn't make the trip in from Chicago. He misses his 3rd straight game. And Randy Brown goes on the injured list with a strained left Achilles. Steve Kerr, their best three-point shooter, finally back after missing a couple of months with a separated shoulder, told me before the game he feels pretty close to 100% and could play his usual quota of minutes if called upon to do so.
Well, with Steve Kerr being back in the lineup, that gives the Chicago Bulls the type of three-point shooting that they need.
Rodman and Oakley, although Kukoc at 6'11" will jump center, Rodman and Oakley making for an interesting matchup in the middle. And the tip controlled by Chicago. Joey Crawford, Mike Callahan, and Greg Willard are the officials tonight. Good one, a 99-98 Sonic win. There's Larry Johnson hitting for the first points of this game between the Knicks and the Bulls. Charlie Ward. With a good dish, and Johnson with his second basket.
But Johnson seems to be trying to have his way with Pippen inside. That's a mismatch that...
Kukoc out of the corner. A two-point basket just inside the line.
Now, Larry Johnson will have problems with Kukoc because he can go inside and outside.
Chris Mills with Kukoc on him. Cross-court pass intercepted by Michael. Cut off by Houston. Dishes to the driving Pippen. Fires a long one and hits it. Three-pointer for Ward. He's one of the league's best.
Charlie Ward's an excellent three-point shooter. He wants to get into the lane also, though.
Pippen around Mills into the lane, and he banks it home.
Now, this is a matchup that Pippen will be able to exploit with Chris Mills. Pippen can put it on the floor, drive around him. Chris Mills not necessarily known for his defense, but on the other end, he'll try to take Pippen on the outside.
Pippen with 4 of Chicago's 6 points. Houston, baseline jumper. Allen Houston finally is something of a go-to guy early in his career. Of course, Grant Hill was there and Joe Dumars in Detroit. And here in New York, until the injury, it was Ewing. Pippen.
Well, the change in Van Gundy's offense, they're not a power team now. They don't go to Patrick Ewing in the middle.
Scotty with 6 of Chicago's 8. Houston with the turnaround, and he drills another one. Man, he's playing with confidence. He looks like a different guy.
But you see, New York wants to make Jordan work. They want to run him off screen. They got Houston coming off baseline. He gives him the fake, and he goes up for the shot. Caught Michael Jordan coming around. He chased him a little too far. Allen Houston told us before the game that his best defense against Jordan is a good offense. A lot of players, when they play against Michael Jordan.
Knicks lead at 11-10. Houston is open. 3 in a row.
Well, Charlie Ward just did a very smart thing right there. Van Gundy called a high screening roll for he and Oakley at top. Charlie Ward had called it off. Michael Jordan gets caught on the screen. Houston for 3.
Foul was on Larry Johnson. Bulls ball out of bounds. Kukoc around Oakley. Pippen. Michael from 20. There's his first basket.
Now, when you look at Chicago out on the floor right now, they have Kukoc, Pippen, and Jordan. 3 guys who can penetrate and get it to the lane and create shots for others.
5 seconds to shoot. Houston lets it go, and it's there for him again.
Again, Charlie Ward finding his hot man.
Michael, 2 seconds to shoot over Houston. Got it.
That's nothing you can do about that. That was great defense by Allen Houston, but a spectacular, great play by Michael Jordan.
And now here's Michael with the steal, 3-on-1. Ward's the only guy back. Michael takes it all the way and misses the left-hander, but Harper cleans it up.
Well, there was a no call by the referee right there, which was the right call. They had a 3-on-1 fast break. The referee didn't want to send him to the line, knew that one of their players would follow up.
15 in, Oakley can be effective. That was a bit outside his range. Jordan for 3. Hitting only about 20% of his three-point tries this year, but feeling it tonight.
Yeah, I think he wants to do something special, as Ahmad indicated, with the shoes that he's wearing.
And Jordan, Michael, hits again.
Well, I like what we're seeing here, Bob, because both of these 2 guys have accepted the challenge. I told you, Bob, I wanted those shoes from the All-Star game.
Houston coming in off the baseline, takes a nice pass from Ward, and he now has 11. 9-0 Chicago run.
The pump fake by Jordan, and he brings him back to the right. He takes him left, then he brings him right. The drawing kick from Harper. They like to get into the lane. And then he stares him down and just shoots right over him. But there's nothing that Allen Houston can do because he's playing good defense. All the shots have been contested.
Michael has 9. Houston has 11. Ward driving baseline through a crowd. Finds Johnson, and Larry Johnson to the right hand, hitting off the glass.
He's got to get Mills involved right now. They got to run something for Mills.
Johnson from Oakland.
But Johnson will do. but right now you got Mills, and you got to try to get him some shots.
Back from the shoulder injury. Wastes no time unleashing a three and hitting it.
Wow, that's nice.
Johnson can't follow, but Oakley can, coming in from the right side, plus a foul. Scott Burrell in for the first time. To Jordan and now Pippen. Scotty hits the turnaround.
Now with John Starks in the game, if he's guarding Pippen or Jordan, they'll take him right down to the low post because they feel they have a size advantage on him.
Johnson from Ward, another assist for Ward. And now he positions himself in front of Pippen.
This is beautiful basketball that we're watching.
Jordan. And nothing more beautiful than watching him play.
When you can make it look that easy, it comes from hours and hours of practice.
Knicks by 1. Shot clock at 4. Houston putting a capper on a terrific first period. He has 13. Jordan will beat the buzzer for 3. At the end of a torrid first period, the Knicks lead at 31-28. Houston and Jordan settling into what could be a shootout. This is the NBA on NBC. Matthew Modine and Billy Baldwin, frequently seen at the Garden. JFK Jr. is here. El McPherson. Woody Allen and Soon Yi frequently in attendance for a game against the Cavaliers or the Nuggets, so no surprise that they'd be here for the Bulls. And Wayne Gretzky, very possibly the greatest hockey player of all time, courtside to watch, likely the greatest basketball player of all time.
You know, when you talk about Gretzky and Jordan, what they've done for their sport is unbelievable. Without Jordan in basketball, and without Gretzky in hockey.
Into the lane, but loses it. Pippen comes away with it. Mills and Houston chasing him. Scotty to the bucket with the up and under. That's no good, but Rodman, trailing the play, slams it home.
Never gave up on the play. And watch the miss in the follow-up. He beats 2 offensive players down court to get it. Never stops running, times it. That's perfect. That's why he gets so many rebounds. He goes after every single one of them.
Kerr with another 3. And it's good again. Whatever rust he may have been suffering with, he worked it off during practice. Bulls with the ball and a 3-point lead. Kukoc. Michael in traffic. Jordan with 13, tying Houston for game-high honors.
Michael just bogarted Starks down in the lane and just took the basket from him.
Terry Cummings, the veteran, can't hit. And Jordan one-hands the rebound.
Starks out of the way, using the little things. But I would advise a lot of you, don't try to do that unless you have gloves the size of Johnny Bench, that catcher's mitt.
Starks, swings it to Mills, and Chris Mills misses the 3 out of the corner. The 8th rebound for Rodman. His average of 14.9, even though it leads the league, is his lowest since 1991. He goes to the hoop and scores.
Nice play. See the patience of that. You know, when Jordan came off the pick and roll, Rodman hesitated.
Ron Harper back in. Harper with the ball up top to Pippen. Houston on Jordan. Michael into the lane to the left hand. He's got 15 now.
Broke him down with the quick step, went left.
The Bulls by 3. Johnson inside. That was just the 3rd field goal of the second period for the Knicks. They're 3 of 13 in this period. Turns and misses. Rodman again, his 12th rebound. Michael, his 17th shot is batted away by Mills. Oakley and Harper with some contact, no call. Houston with a long one, and Allen Houston swishes it home.
They want to get him back into the game.
Johnson from Oakley, off-balance shot is short. Here comes Michael. Spinning in the lane for the slam.
Nice. Nice. shook him, spent him, then dunked him.
Oakley gets back, though. And Oakley, with just under 5 seconds to play, steals a basket for New York. Pippen trying to get a shot off, but he won't. After a 59-point first quarter, the Bulls and Knicks combined for only 30 in the second. After a half, the Knicks lead it 46-43. Jordan with 17 points. Rodman with 13 rebounds. Houston has 15 for New York. The last basket for Michael in this half is one to remember.
But look at the paces that Jordan has on this move. He shakes him to the right, spins him, and then lifts and dunks it in the hole.
Michael is on him. Houston into the lane. Now finds Mills open. But he can't convert. Larry Johnson to follow.
That was set up by Allen Houston. His penetration gets him to the lane, draws the defense, pulls everybody out of position.
Houston over Jordan.
Now that's what you like about Allen Houston. He can put it on the floor when Jordan gets up on him to contest his shot.
Gets it back from Michael. And hits the three out of the corner.
You know, every time you watch Chicago play and when Jordan has big games,
Houston driving on Jordan into a crowd. Counted plus the foul.
again, you see Jordan crowd Houston. You see him crowd Houston, and Houston has the ability to put it on the floor. Loves to go right, but also can go left. And you turn around and you see it again. He's up on him, going right. Cuts him off with his body, takes the bump.
Harper from Kukoc, 7 on the 24. Harper to the baseline, tries the bank and doesn't have it. Rodman clears the boards. His 14th rebound. Jordan nearly robbed, and the shot's going to fall.
Oh, my.
Oh, man.
That was nice.
Nice is an understatement.
Took the bump, took the hit, reversed it, spent it around. But what made the play successful is his ability to go left. Houston forced him left. And he extends and takes the hit. Knew he was going to get a hard hit from Oakley. Turns around and spins it right in. You see Houston forces him left. He takes the short baby step, takes the hit, and spins it off. With no center in the middle, you don't have a lot of free throws, and you have a lot of shots going up from the perimeter.
Chris Mills got it off the glass, and he's coming to the foul line.
You got Oakley and Pippen underneath going at it. Those two were teammates. Oakley gave Pippen a shot.
Bulls down by 5. Harper in the lane, can't cut it to 3, but Jordan can.
Nice follow-up, great extension, timed it perfectly, used his body, used Oakley's body.
Harper from Kukoc cans it off the baseline. And the Bulls are within 1 at 55-54.
Now watch Michael as he moves without the basketball, and he uses Oakley's body to gain leverage. So now watch him moving about the basketball. Now watch him come in and put his left arm on Oakley to gain leverage so he can have the easy tap in.
Michael with 21 points on 23 shots.
Miller Genuine Draft presents even more basketball.
Now, New York will use different defenders. You see Starks guarding Jordan here. He takes him low, and he uses his strength. Jordan will use different methods of scoring on different people. And you see him driving around Houston going left, and against Charlie Ward, he gives him the fake and reverse and the dunk because he's too little to mess with Michael Jordan. You see his success against Stark. You see his success against Ward. And I don't know who those others are, but I venture to say they can't guard him either.
They should use others more. He missed all 3 against others. Others doing an excellent job. In recognition of this look inside the game, Miller Brewing Company will donate $1,000 to the Thurgood Marshall Scholarship Fund. Michael overall 10 of 23. The Knicks by 3. Jordan will fire again, and he'll hit to give him 23 points.
See, he takes Houston inside and he takes him out. He always keeps you off balance as a scorer.
Oakley with a 20-footer.
Chicago gambled that time. They tried to make Charlie Ward read the defense. He found the right man.
Kukoc Kukoc with a three. Ties the game at 59.
It was a nice shot by Kukoc, but the pass was perfect in his shooting rhythm.
Jordan guarded by Houston. Slithers through the lane and hits with the left hand.
See, he gives you something different to look at every time. The last time down, he gave it to him.
Jordan from Harper, and he'll be coming to the foul line.
See, what makes Michael very difficult to guard is he gives you something different every time. He gives you the in-the-middle fadeaway. Now, Houston will come down this time, and he's thinking in his mind, okay, I know the fadeaway is coming, so he goes for the up fake, and he slips right through him. That's what makes him such a great offensive scorer, is because he's always thinking. He always keeps you off balance.
And on this Sunday night at Madison Square Garden, 25 points and playing an overall game. A triple-double not out of the question. Will Chamberlain once had a 73-point game in the old Garden. There were several old Gardens. The Garden that preceded this one. Just beneath his average of 28-2. Kukoc with another three. Same spot.
See, what Chicago understands,
unusual kind of makeshift lineup in there right now for the Knicks. Jordan gets the bounce as he just takes it right into a pack of people
and made him disappear.
Starks out of the corner. Is this the one? Yeah. Finally.
Now you watch Michael as he fakes the screen. Stark sees the screen coming, and then he gives Oakley the fake, loses him, and he's ghost in the middle.
Well, apparently that three out of the corner a moment ago didn't get John Starks on track. Now Pippen shorts a three and hits it after Starks misses a brace of free throws.
Now New York is starting to feel the pressure now. They're starting to press on every shot.
Ward gets it back.
That's a big shot by Charlie Ward for confidence reasons.
Houston has it. Working on Burrell. Running one-hander. Good. Gets the foul.
Now he absorbed the contact.
Whenever Houston touched the ball, some fans here at the Garden were chanting, "We want Mitch, we want Mitch," in reference to a possible trade for Sacramento's. Shot clock and game clock virtually identical. Bulls will hold for the last one. Rodman will take it and miss it short, and that'll do it in the third. The Bulls lead at 74-71 with 12 minutes to play. Jordan with 12 in this quarter, 29 for the game. And we'll be back after these messages from your local station. You're watching, in case there was any doubt, the NBA on NBC. Jordan with 3 on the 24 will take it from the baseline, and now he has 31.
That was over 3 guys coming at him, running to stop him. Jumped up and said, "Too late."
Chicago by 5. Jordan peering intently. That is not a shot, the last one he took, that you'll see him take all that often these days. Fade away. 33.
That was nice. He took the bump. Starks gave him a little knee in the butt, and he was able to still gather his balance and jump up and shoot it. He's giving it to him in all ways.
He's now hit 50%, 15 of 30. Takes in the rebound.
Nice.
Johnson filling the lane and Ward finding it.
That's beautiful by Charlie Ward. The patience, the understanding. It wasn't quick. He didn't run it up the court.
Knicks back to within 5. Jordan the fadeaway. And a whistle. Joey Crawford blows play dead, and Spike Lee is all over Michael Jordan as he passes in front of him, and Michael has a few words by way of retort.
Well, he just told him that he couldn't guard him. Starks is a little too small, he's a little too short, but that's the specialness that he has with the Garden crowd. You know, no other player could come in here and get the type of respect that Jordan has. You know, you got Earl Monroe sitting there.
Ward is open for 3 and drills it.
Charlie Ward's having a spectacular night. I mean, I can't say it enough. I think it may be time for him to come back in the next minute or two.
Pippen moves in for the steal and a great save to Rodman. Now Scotty back with the three. Oh, man.
That's one of them shots as a player that you shoot and you say game. Even though it's 7 minutes to go in the game, you shoot that shot.
Foul on Cummings was his third. Jordan into the lane with the fadeaway. Count it and bring him to the line.
See, look at the pass. I mean, it's perfect between them. It's the pass that leads him right to the score. You know, Pippen gives him a pass. Jordan doesn't know what's behind him, but Pippen gives it to him right, and he knows the split's coming. It's the pass that sets up the shot. These two work so well together. You know, Jordan can see it without even realizing it, that it's the pass that Pippen gives him. You know, the pass takes you right to the shot.
But apparently not. They made it.
You got Michael in the fourth quarter. So he gives you a little bit of everything. He gives you a little right. Now he's going to go left for you. And just when you think you got him, he splits you under double team. Great offensive score because he has a great offensive mind. Made a huge gamble when he kept Houston and Oakley out of the game for so long.
Pippen is free underneath, and Kerr spots him.
See, without Oakley in there underneath, it gives the Chicago Bulls.
Starks around Kerr with the pull-up, and he's got it. Tough shot, had to arc it high.
It's funny when you're struggling, you'll make the tough shots, but you'll miss the easy, wide open ones.
Michael. Oh, my goodness.
See, that's the strength of Michael Jordan. You know, early in his career, he wouldn't have had the type of strength to power and muscle that shot up.
A number of the players and even two of the officials are laughing.
Watch the strength here. He takes the bump, Cummings grabs him, and he still is able to fight through and power through.
You know what? Strength is one thing, but lots of guys are strong, and lots of guys have skill, and only one guy has this level of artistry. The second, maybe third, fourth, fifth, and sixth time before you believe it. Here it is again. Oh, yeah.
You know, look at the reaction from the bench. Those two guys in terms of Winnington and Buechler, they have the best job. Look at them. They have the best job in the world because they get to practice and play with that guy every single day.
He's making the most of it.
Well, the line in this song is Glory Days, They'll Pass You By.
Michael with 41 after the free throw. Make it 42, and the Bulls have their biggest lead. They're up by a dozen. Moving in for the steal, and the save for Harper. Harper now all the way to the bucket. Hits it, and he's fouled.
See, this is when Chicago takes your heart. They know that they may possibly run into New York again in the playoffs, so they want to plant it in their minds that you'll never beat us. Now watch Jordan shoot the lane and makes a steal, and he jumps and throws it. Now watch Harper as he comes down and uses his body to shield off Oakley. Takes it to his strong hand, which is his right hand. Oakley tries to foul him, but Harper seals him off.
Is there anyone who loves a grand stage and knows what to do with it like Michael Jordan?
With less than 3 minutes to go, and they're still scrambling around like they're down 2.
Starts open for a three and connects with it.
That's the beautiful thing about watching Chicago play. Some presence and some force coming off the bench.
Pippen to the left hand. And he makes a bid to show up on the highlights tonight.
See, everybody feeds off of Jordan, and Pippen feeds off of him also.
Oakley scores at the other end, 26 for Pippen. Oakley with that basket now has 10. To a standing ovation. Some of the crowd has left, but most of it remains, and an appreciative ovation for Jordan.
And the thing that I like most about what we've just seen is Phil Jackson's understanding for Jordan, understanding how this is a special moment for Jordan, and he lets the crowd acknowledge him.
6 on the shot clock. Kerr serving notice. He's back.
And Phil Jackson loves that he's back because it gives them such a big weapon now. Now they can really spread the floor.
Mills pulls up, misses a three. Pippen has it, 5 seconds to play. Scotty will dribble it out. game remains this year between the Knicks and the Bulls that played in April in Chicago.
You know, it's kind of fun to come back here and play and remember some of the old days and some of the things that, you know, some of the games that I've had here. And the shoes is a part of that. So, you know, my feet are killing me.
Since the All-Star break, and we'll be back.